Young Philly had it all: fame, success, and millions of fans collaborating with the Sidemen, AMP, and Beta Squad. He went from being one of the most beloved people on the internet to now facing charges of and sexual assault. Young Philly's world came crashing down in a single night. But what really happened on September 28th? New information has just surfaced that will shock you. In this video, we will take a deep dive into the shocking details that could change everything you thought you knew about Young Philly.
Exact same as yous. I'm shocked.
Andres Felipe, also known as Young Philly, was born in Cali, Colombia. In 1997, he moved to the UK, where he was raised by a single mother in Orpington, Bromley in southeast London. It wasn't easy growing up in a new country, but Philly's drive started early. At just 17 years old, he became a broker, already showing signs of hustle that would define his future. But this was just the beginning. We'll get into how he broke into the YouTube stardom and eventually the mainstream media. But let's not forget about the controversy that might bring it all crashing down. In 2013, Philly's career took off. His early content, short skits and comedy Q&As. Simple enough, right? But what came next was explosive.
Let a selected few play with it. What is it?
A selected few?
Yeah, you might even let the man play with it.
Bro, I'm not letting man play with nothing.
Whoa. What's that?
But not only did he build up his own channel, but he became a regular face on Foot Asylum's YouTube channel, starring in hit dating shows like Does the Shoe Fit? He also partnered with Pro Soccer, hosted shows on BBC Three like Hot Property and Don't Scream, and appeared on Soccer Aid in 2020, where, by the way, he scored a goal for England. But here is where things get really interesting. Philly was a rising star. Everything went so well for him. He was so lovable and perfect. But how wrong we were. But to paint a realistic story, he was not loved by everybody. There were a lot of people that did not like Philly and Philly's extensive energy and strong reactions. Philly be doing too much, honestly. I don't know how Philly is so loved. I think he's way too loud. Honestly, I can't stand Philly. He always does way too much. Philly wasn't just a YouTube star, he was becoming a household name. In 2021, he joined Race Around Britain with Munya Chihuahua and later hosted Munya and Philly Get Chilly. And let's not forget about the great Celebrity Bake Off or his guest spot on Would I Lie to You. But no matter how bright the spotlight shined on him, those charges from the night of September 27th could eclipse everything. And the more we uncover about that night, the more complicated the story becomes. On top of his YouTube success, Philly was also a rising star in the music scene. His debut single Take Time dropped in 2017.
Take your time on me, baby. Take your time on me, baby.
Followed by hits like Confidence featuring Chunks and Gecko. Clean Up, which charted at number 67 in the UK.
Watch me how I clean up, ain't nobody real, I ain't into feelings, I don't but just ease up. Would've thought you would've heard Young Philly on drill. Me and Chunks just stepped in a building, blood, no cap, that's a mill.
Also his collaboration with Harry Panero and his recent release of Secret Sauce with Heinz and German Doner Kebab. These are all part of his multi-faced career. But is all of this at risk now? Could these charges wipe away everything he's worked for? We'll soon dive into the fateful night and reveal details that would make you question everything you thought you knew about Philly. With this much success, it was hard to believe that Young Philly could be caught in something this serious. Was it a setup, or is there a truth here that nobody wants to admit? As we get closer to uncovering what really happened, the answer might surprise you. Hi, my name is Don Luero and I make documentaries about topics I find interesting. Please hit the subscribe button and help me fuel the passion that is this channel. It would mean the world, and let's get back to the video. The world was in shock when articles started to get published where they accused the British YouTuber of rape and sexual assault. High-profile UK YouTuber accused of a woman after Perth show granted bail. A popular British YouTuber has been released on strict conditional bail after he was extradited to Perth for allegedly raping and choking a woman after a show. Police allege Young Philly, whose real name is Andres Fernandez Valencia Barrentos, sexually assaulted a woman in her 20s in a hotel room after he performed at Bar 1 nightclub in Hillary's on September 28. The 29-year-old has been taken into custody in Brisbane on Tuesday, extradited on Perth yesterday. He has been charged with 4 counts of sexual without consent 3 counts of assaulting, occasioning bodily harm, and 1 count of impeding a person's normal breathing or circulation on or to their neck. Philly appeared on Perth's Magistrates Court today. Prosecutors told the court across her body is a history of violent acts. The allegation is a consensual issue. Philly's defense lawyer Seamus Rafferty argued the victim was intoxicated. Philly was granted on bail on strict condition, including 100,000 personal undertaking, not leaving the state and reporting to Northbridge police station every single day.
Prosecutors even attempted to oppose young Philly's bail application because they alleged that there was an extremely strong prosecution case supported by CCTV and photo evidence. Prosecutors also showed pictures to the magistrate which were not shown in court, and in reference to what these photos depicted, they said, "Across her body is a history of violent acts. We say those photos and what is alleged is beyond the pale, beyond what could be considered a consensual act." Now, on the other side, Philly's lawyers are questioning the strength of the prosecution's case because they are claiming that the girl didn't even raise any concerns about assault during a call with her friend at 5:31 a.m.
Young Philly's list of charges is so long. That poor woman experienced an actual nightmare and people are just concerned about playing gotcha with his famous friends. The lack of empathy is harrowing, man. It seems like a lot of people aren't shocked. There have been many whispers of him and his mates, particularly Harry Pinero too. Insecure people always be doing the most to feel powerful. There is absolutely nothing shocking about this. It has been months now, even years, that a lot of women, especially on Twitter and TikTok, are coming forward to expose him for being rude, arrogant, violent to them. A few months ago, I remember a thread has been made on Twitter about the terrible behaviors towards women. It shocked me that nobody was really talking about it at the time. I love how they're trying to turn off the comments. They should all be held accountable. Imagine what Beta Squad and AMP will say. He's also banned from discussing the case online and cannot come within 500 meters of 2 people identified in the court. This was incredibly surprising just because of the fact that it was Philly, young Philly. He was one of the most beloved creators on the UK scene. This, as many people thought, was so far against Philly's personality, which makes this situation so much crazier. He really seemed super innocent, and this just goes to show that you don't know any of these people that you follow on social media. They could be anybody. Even the most beloved, lovable creators on YouTube could do one of the most disgusting things you can do to another human. This is some serious charges that could end Philly's career entirely. Philly, who was the lovable, loud and funny friend of the Beta Squad. Honestly shocking. Philly has not responded to any of this yet, because right now he is arrested in Australia. It will be interesting to see what Philly has to say and what happens to his career and public image. I guess time will tell. If you want to see how the Haktua meme destroyed Hayley Welch's life, press the video on the screen to watch that video now.